Okay, we are at the top of the hour now, so I think we can probably just start to kick things off. You have a few joining here. Welcome to all of you and good afternoon. We're so glad you could join us today for the day 3 of Boyer's Spring Client Event. As you may have heard me say in a couple of sessions, this is my first Boyer Spring Client Event, so I'm very excited to be here. I realize you're all, existing clients of Boyer, so this may be your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, don't know. But anyways, very excited to be here and happy to have you all here. Over the last couple of days, we've had a great series of sessions. Day 1, as a recap, covering kind of our ERP space and different tips and tricks and solutions and great expertise brought from the team around ERP. Day 2, more focused on CRM. And then today, Power Platform. And specifically today with my colleague here, Josh Herscheid, our VP of Delivery. He is here going to be talking a little bit about AI, which really is a hot topic these days. So just want to kick off, do kind of like housekeeping, if you will, and cover our solutions and services. As I know, you are all our existing clients, so you should know the solutions and services that we offer. But if you don't, because we've had a lot of growth over the last year or so, just take a look here and you may not have known what we can do and what we can offer around ERP, CRM, Power Platform. Cloud for nonprofit is a sector we have a lot of strengths and expertise and case studies in. So feel free to reach out to any of us anytime with any questions around this. We don't want to spend too much time trying to give you a sales pitch on what we do. We want to get really into the educational content, but we do also offer managed support there in the bottom right corner, and that's really new for Boyer. Well, I shouldn't say new, we've offered a lot of support for a long time, but our offerings are new and we've got more coming, and there's been a couple of great sessions that cover those, so I do highly recommend watching the recordings of those, which you can find if you log into the page, the registration page that took you here. That can bring you to some of the pre-recorded sessions that go through managed support and services. But again, we've done a revamp and there's a lot of great offerings. So if you're on a current plan and you want to look at adjusting that, just feel free to reach out to Dave Kuntz. His email is here at the bottom, and or myself, or put it in the chat. But let's get to the meat of the content today and talk through the definition of AI, etc. So I'm going to kick it over to Josh to take it over, and I'll go on. Thank you.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you, Addie. I appreciate the great kickoff there. So welcome, everyone. I appreciate everybody taking time to meet today. So today's presentation, we will be going into artificial intelligence and how it can help your business or organization. So right here, we have the high-level agenda. So we'll start with really the basics. So we'll talk about what is AI. Easiest way to kind of talk through some of that is by going through some everyday examples. So we'll go through that. AI is the ultimate buzzword right now, and there's tons of people talking about AI, ChatGPT. So we'll talk more about why is this, have we all seen such recent momentum around this? And why is everybody talking about it? Next, we'll go through what is Microsoft doing with AI, and how does that translate toward your organizations and where there could potentially be value there. And then we'll close with, why is this important? Why should organizations even care to begin with? And then I'll leave you with some considerations and things to think about and take back to your companies and teams to think about. We will have time at the end for questions, or you can drop it in the chat. Addie's going to be helping me monitor the chat. So if you do have questions throughout, don't hesitate to drop it in. All right, let's do it. So starting super big picture, what is AI? What is artificial intelligence? We have the definition up here on the screen, and I really think the second bullet point summarizes the definition well, which is, this is technology or software that's imitating us. It's imitating humans, our team members, with behaviors and capabilities. So when we think about this, I'll play that back one more time. So technology that's imitating humans and what we do is really what we want to think about. Anytime you hear AI, that's really what we're talking about. And the easiest way to illustrate this in my mind is to talk through examples that are already out there. So AI as a technology has been around for quite some time. And these examples that we have on the screen are what we consider basic examples, and then we'll talk more about the more advanced, crazy stuff later on in the presentation. But first one to start off with, virtual assistants like Amazon Alexa. Hey, Alexa, play this song. That is a form of artificial intelligence. You know, we have technology that does it versus a person walking over and playing and choosing a specific song or whatever you're asking Alexa to do. Other ones, large technology companies like Netflix and Facebook with their recommendations. So, hey, you watched this Netflix series, you might like this one. Those are forms of artificial intelligence. Same thing with Facebook. You're friends with this person, you might be friends with this person, or you might like this group, those types of things. Spam filters, this is one I didn't think about, where email comes in, somebody says, hey, or technology is saying, this is a junk email or a spam email, or should this actually land in your inbox? That is also a form of artificial intelligence. Chatbots, so if you're on somebody's website, interacting with a chatbot to try and get help or support or get routed to the right person, that makes sense. Uber, matching drivers with your rides. And then one that I use every day with my iPhone is facial recognition, is also a basic form of artificial intelligence. So just wanted to baseline and give these examples and paint the picture of, okay, when we're saying AI, is this AI? What is that? So these are some examples. All right, moving along. So everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking about ChatGPT. Every company is talking about it. So why is this? Why now? Why is there such momentum around this? And a lot of it comes down to a company called OpenAI, which is the founder. They own the product ChatGPT, and they have several other artificial intelligence tools. The past several months, they've been rolling out ChatGPT, and it is the fastest growing app or fastest growing technology ever. So that explains it. And why us at Boyer were particularly interested in it, other than it's cool and everybody's talking about it, is because of the Microsoft investment. So Microsoft has been a longtime investor in OpenAI, and they continue to invest, as this article says, multi-billion, so billion with a B. So pumping a ton of money into this technology, and Microsoft is incorporating this into almost every product that it has. So from Microsoft Office, thinking Word, Excel, Outlook, to business applications like we implement, Dynamics 365, Business Central, CRM, all technologies that Microsoft has. And the other thing I do want to call out is this isn't specific just to ChatGPT or to Microsoft, even though they're at the forefront of all of this. Companies like Google have recently came out with their versions. So I've been playing around with the Google version earlier this week as well. It's called Bard, B-A-R-D. Each one has a little bit of a different flair, but Microsoft and ChatGPT are definitely at the forefront of this. So what does this look like in an everyday business? What are some of the common scenarios? What is Microsoft doing, and how can this help your organization? So the first one is ChatGPT, and if you haven't played around with it, I do recommend it. And the first thing Microsoft did is they said, hey, the ChatGPT interface and the core functionality is very similar to search, right? So you have a question, or you need help with something, or you're looking for assistance with something. The user experience is actually very similar to search. It's just like search on steroids, if you will. So first thing Microsoft did is embedded a lot of this technology within Bing, Microsoft search engine. Some people forgot that Bing was even around, but this has really helped Bing get back to the forefront and compete with Google. So us internally at Boyer, this is something almost all of our employees are leveraging. I use it on a day-to-day basis for things I didn't even think I could use help with, but I'm like, let's throw it in Bing, or let's throw it in ChatGPT. Let's see if it can help. And then I'll give a personal example too. So when ChatGPT first came out, I was playing around with it because I nerd out on this stuff. And my sister needed help with a resume. And I don't know like you all, but I hate helping people with resumes. So I went into ChatGPT, put in her experience, put in what she's looking for, put in her experience or her education, and it spit out like the greatest resume, better than I could have ever done. So between us, my sister still doesn't know that it was actually ChatGPT. She thought I was just being an amazing brother. So we'll keep that between us. But long story short of just overall, tools like this can just help all employees, regardless of what department or job function they have, be more efficient. Another cool one, second on the list, is Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft, there are premium features now that you can turn on that allow you, we're all using Teams, we're all in meetings all day long, we're all taking notes. It can capture that, summarize notes, summarize sentiment of who's saying what within the meetings. Are they aggravated if it's a customer interaction? Are they happy? And then it'll summarize the meeting in really good notes, and then also summarize next steps. And this, you all, like, this is like the most basic stuff that it can do too, which is just mind blowing because it is so cool. But Teams is another area that Microsoft is infusing a lot of this technology. Next one, Viva Sales. This is a newer product that Microsoft offers. This is an app that sits in your Outlook and in Teams for sales reps, and it connects to your CRM. So whether it's Dynamics, which is our favorite, of course, or Salesforce even, sales reps hate updating CRM. Microsoft gets it, we get it. So what this technology does is based on your Teams and Outlook interactions, it can go out and update CRM automatically for you for certain segments, which is really, really cool. I have a screenshot that I'll show you further on in the presentation. Marketing, so automating a lot of lead generation activities, super, super cool. Customer service, we touched on chatbots earlier. So within Dynamics 365 customer service, you can have knowledge bases of what are your frequently asked questions that your customers or constituents might have. And they're on your website or however your customers interact with you. It can take that data from Dynamics, tee it up to your customer without a human even needing to be involved. So you're catching on to themes here of automation is a big piece that artificial intelligence can really help your organization with. We know we have a lot of customers on Business Central as an ERP. So think about organizations that have thousands or tens of thousands of products. AI can help you create product descriptions or starting points for product descriptions for all of your products instead of having to have somebody manually do that or semi-manually do that. Other one is with all your financial data in Business Central, AI can do a lot of analysis on cash flow and cash flow forecasting, which is a cool feature that Microsoft has released, at least in preview. I'm not sure if that's fully available yet, generally available. Last two, Power BI. This is something where as AI can have access to your data or the data that you want it to have access to, it can do a lot of analysis quickly and also create visual. So you can say something like, hey, create me a visual for our past 2 quarters sales revenue and show me profit by customer and create a pie chart. Like, these are the things that it can do, or at least give us great starting points, then you can tweak it. So these are things that data analysts or data engineers, it takes several weeks to come up with some of this stuff. And now within the updates to some of these products, you can do it really, really quickly, which is just awesome. Okay, last one is my favorite. Power Apps is a tool within the Power Platform that we at Boyer implement. This is a really cool one. So you can take on a piece of paper on a marker board, you can draw an app, any app you want, whatever your imagination is or whatever your business needs. You can draw it out, design it, take a picture of it, upload it to Power Apps, and it will actually create you a starting point for an app. So super, super cool. Like, is it going to be perfect? No, but is it going to save you a ton of time and like help with design? Yeah, absolutely. So these are all things with the exception of like Bing and Teams. All of these technologies that Microsoft is infusing AI into are all things that we're using internally and also helping other organizations and customers with. So if you see something on the list that you're like, ooh, that's interesting, or I want to learn more, definitely don't hesitate to reach out, just because it is really, really cool. All right, this is a screenshot of that Viva Sales example. This is the one that can automate updates into CRM. So what we're looking at here is a screenshot of somebody's Outlook inbox, and this persona would be a sales representative typically, or a sales executive. And they got an email from a customer asking for a proposal. So what AI did, what Viva Sales did, is it looked at who's the customer emailing us, associating it with what company or account they are with in CRM. It's going and looking at, okay, what products do we have in CRM that they're interested in? It's pulling in pricing information and automatically prompting to the sales rep an email reply. So again, these are things that manually a sales rep would have had to go and do that takes time, where this information just can get teed up to you without having to leave your Outlook inbox. And it's going out and pulling the relevant information from Dynamics 365 automatically. So really, really cool. I think I've said cool like 100 times because it is cool. All right, next one, Dynamics 365 marketing. This is a screenshot of a marketing employee who's working on an email campaign. So they're drafting up a mass email marketing campaign right within Dynamics 365 marketing. You can see the AI section on the right, where if you put in the correct prompt of, hey, help me write a email campaign for XYZ product with XYZ call to action, it can generate this for you without, some people aren't great writers. I'm not great writers. That's why I'm not in marketing. But this types of technologies can really just help different folks within your organization go faster and do more. All right. So why is this important? Why are we talking about it? Why is Boyer talking about it? Why is everybody talking about AI? And a lot of it for me comes down to the disruption. Anytime a new technology like this comes along or gets this kind of momentum that I talked about, it is very disruptive. And in order to stay competitive within your relevant industry, this is something you should take a close look at or take advantage of where it makes sense. Automation, predictions, analyzing your data, or just overall efficiency that I talked about. So I'll give you an example. There's an organization called Chegg.com. They're a company that they help students with homework and helping students study and prepare and do their homework. When ChatGPT got released a couple months ago, their stock price dropped 48%, and the board came out and they explicitly said this was a direct reflection of ChatGPT and how disruptive this is. So I don't bring that up to just scare people, but that's a real world example of, this is a publicly traded company that overnight their stock price and the value of their organization and revenue potential decreased 48% just because of this one technology that came out and the momentum that AI has. So it's definitely something we should all be keeping top of mind. And that's where this is my last slide before we'll open it up for just questions in general. But these are things, other considerations I'll just throw out there for you all to be thinking about. This is a super powerful tool. And you'll see different experts out there talking about AI, and you're going to continue to see more and more people talking about it. And even the CEO of OpenAI, he was in front of Congress and legislation talking about how can we make sure that when this technology gets out into the wild, into the masses, that we have control over it and that bias is eliminated as much as possible, because those are some of the main concerns. Is this is such a powerful thing, and we've all seen scary movies about stuff like this. But how can we make sure that as this technology is getting released and this industry of artificial intelligence continues to grow, how can we all do it smartly so that we have control and we eliminate bias? The other piece is just job displacement. Anytime artificial intelligence gets brought up, people talk about, okay, how many jobs is this going to take away or displace? So those are other things to think about. And the last piece I'll leave you all with, and we can open it up if there are any questions, is just I think at minimum, what I would recommend to everybody listening in is every organization should have an AI strategy. So those are conversations we've been having here at Boyer about how is this going to impact our business and our customers. So if there is one takeaway I would have is every organization for you all is every organization is a little bit different. So I'd recommend that you take this back internally. Every leadership team, every board should be talking about how can we incorporate, how is this going to impact our business. So with that, that was all of the slide content that I had prepared, but we can open it up if there are questions. Please drop them in the chat here in the GoToWebinar. I'd be happy to answer any questions that there might be. And if not, that's okay as well.
No questions, no messages from in the chat. But great session. I always learn a lot. AI is, like I said, it's a hot topic. And
it is.
I'm also a ChatGPT person myself. So
yes. It's all sorts of fun. Well, if there isn't any questions, we just really appreciate it. And I also just want to take this time to say thank you. Thank you for being a customer at Boyer, and we appreciate it. So we will talk soon. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Yep. Check out any of the other sessions. You can access those on demand. And yeah, reach out if you have questions. Thanks all.
Thank you. Thanks, Addie.
Bye-bye.